A beautiful view here of the rapid developments in City Place on the shores of Toronto Harbor. We've got the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Toronto Raptors. I'd like to welcome you to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me, Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and courtside, Doris Burke. The starting fives for our game. Here are tonight's starting lineups. And, of course, Rudy Gay, a force to be reckoned with. No question about that.
Yeah, and you better keep him from opening up his game and getting hot, because once he's on a roll, it's pretty much impossible to shut him down.
You know, it's kind of funny watching opposing coaches calling timeouts to try to cool him off, only to see him get hotter.
Not enough defense there to throw him off his shot. Sometimes it takes more than one defender on him down low.
Knocked loose. And now with the fast break, Rubio with the ball. Fast break, Toronto. Lowry's got the ball.
Look out.
Wow.
Beautiful work in the transition game.
That's how to do it. Attack early before the defense can get itself set.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. Here's Love, and he gets it to go. Love's got his first 2 points.
And it's nice to see Raptors coach Dwayne Casey getting another chance at being a head coach. A lot of people felt he got a bum rap back in Minnesota in 2007. He had that team overachieving at 500 when he was let go. So I'm glad he's gotten a second chance and he's making the most of it.
Clock at 4. Three-pointer, Lowry cannot hit. And Minnesota will come the other way. And Rubio kicks to Pekovic. It's off his foot, and it's being called a kickball. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Lowry kicks to Valanciunas. Outside Lowry. Lowry gets a screen from Valanciunas. Blocked, and he gets it back. Right side, Martin. Three-pointer. Here's Pekovic. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Well, probably the right play defensively. If you can't get the block, send them to the free throw line. Don't give them an easy 2.
No easy buckets inside. Force free throws and work to keep them out of the lane next time around.
And you go back to that Timberwolves team at 500. Casey was let go, and then, Steve, they went 12-30 after he was gone.
Yeah, they struggled with his departure, and a lot of the players actually were sad to see him go. So, you know, that's sometimes the case in the NBA. You know, coaches get blamed for everything, fairly or not. And in Casey's case, I respect the fact that he got back to work, did a great job in Dallas as an assistant, and is now the head man in Toronto trying to get this team turned around.
Here's Pekovic after Rudy Gay's bucket. Pekovic inside. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. Lowry passes to Johnson. And that misses. That would have put him up. Minnesota in the lead. Rubio dishes to Love. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Another miss by Minnesota. Toronto, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field. Gay with it, guarded now by Rubio. No good.
That's the kind of defense required when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were right in his face.
Feeds to Buttinger. Back to Rubio. Launches a 3. But they get it back. Love kicks to Rubio. Passes it to Buttinger. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. Buttinger's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Raptors trail by 4.
Nikola Pekovic, guys, out of Montenegro, a super physical 6'11" big man. I mean, he is a battering ram offensively. He's a terrific offensive rebounder, can score around the rim, doesn't shy away from contact. And when he gets to the line, he knocks them down pretty well for a big guy. This guy, I tell you what, he's going to be one of the best big men in the league in the next few years. I don't think there's any question about it.
Here is Love after Rudy Gay's bucket. And it's Love penetrating, and the shot is good. The Raptors have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. We'll go to Doris Burke, who spoke with head coach Dwayne Casey. What's the news, Doris?
The one player on his mind in this matchup, Kevin Love. And it's not for his scoring ability, but for the harm he can do to a team on the backboards. You saw what he can do to teams if he goes unchecked, Coach said. We don't want to let him get up and get over 20 or 30 rebounds on us. And to do that, we got to check him out each time a shot goes up. Guys, easier said than done.
Thank you, Doris. And he gets it to go. Going back to Pekovic, Clark, offensively, he is a real presence. Defensively, not great, but Steve solid.
Well, he's not explosive. He's physical, but you know he is a good rebounder, and most importantly, he wants to mix it up down there. He's a presence, and I think that's one of the reasons he's become such a good player in this league.
Augustine off the pick from Gray. Augustine passes to Hansbrough. Ross kicks to Augustine. Just 5 to shoot. Fields can't get it to go.
They've got a narrow edge here in rebounding early on. You wonder how much that'll play going forward.
Well, I like the way they've set the tone. You know, they're going to have to continue to work at it, but rebounds will be key in this game, no question about it.
Barea with it, headed by Augustine. Barea dishes to Shved. There's the triple. And again, Minnesota with the triple. 19 seconds left in the first quarter. And that's a foul called on J.J. Barea. That's his first foul. Here's Augustine. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Minnesota with the rebound. Here's Shved. No good on that last second attempt there. And that does it for the first quarter. Timberwolves lead by... And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And what do you guys think about Minnesota here in this one?
Now, the key has been the rebounding department. This club dominating the paint area. And if this continues, they'll be in great shape.
Well, they've done 2 things. They've limited second chances, and they've been able to flex their muscle down low.
And so in the game for the Timberwolves, J.J. Barea is out there with Alexei Shved. Then it's Corey Brewer. Then it's Terryhoff, and it's Williams at the power forward.
Guys, we know it was a struggle last season for the Timberwolves, but against the Eastern Conference, they were pretty competitive. Nearly had a 500 record against teams from the East.
Count the bucket. 8 points for Gay.
You know, when he's in that tight with that kind of height advantage over the defender, that's going to be a pretty easy play for him.
Wasted no time on that one.
Now, they're not showing too much respect for him defensively, are they?
Raptors trail by 6. Well, back to the Timberwolves, that's a marked improvement over how they've done, Steve, over the past few seasons.
Yeah, the last few years, that's easily the...
Man, he got fancy with that one, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
Man, I like that. Some coaches might want to see just a sure-handed lay-in, but I say put as much as you can on the finish and get your teammates going.
Love with the bucket.
You know, the pick worked really well there. Nice job taking it right to the 10 for the layup.
Toronto, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. And Augustine kicks to Gay. From the arc. Here's Hansbrough, and it's blocked by Love. Here is Barea. DeRozan defending. Shved, the pass to Barea. And there are the Timberwolves with another bucket.
Heads up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
Raptors trail by 8. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Here's Augustine. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Shot clock at 6. Here's DeRozan. The baseline jumper goes down.
Well, I don't think you're going to miss too many like those.
Minnesota leading by 6. And Rudy Gay picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
I like the call. I thought the defense was moving there.
Yeah, I think he slid underneath. Good blocking call that trip.
Minnesota making some changes. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Derek Williams. Budinger comes in for Brewer. And Martin subbed in for Alexei Shved. Here's Budinger. Sinks the three-pointer. Budinger's got 6.
The D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been of the three-point variety.
Yeah, and unless they make some rotations and closeouts defensively, there's more to come, Clark.
Well, quite honestly, guys, he was one of the biggest surprises of the 2011-12 season, Pekovic. I mean, he continued to show that he's a fantastic option at the center spot with another solid season. I mean, he's a big physical presence, can finish inside, aggressive on defense and on the boards, and doesn't have a bad face-up jump shot either.
Going back to Pekovic, or Peck as you call him, Steve, and as his teammates call him too, another productive season. He did struggle with some injuries, missed about 20 games, but he is a man.
Hey, Peck is a grown man.
He is a
no
grown man,
question.
yes.
Pretty remarkable second-round pick, 31st overall back in 2008. But the T-Wolves have to be excited about finding their starting center of the future.
It took him a little while to get into the flow of this game, but now he's definitely found his stride and rhythm.
Love kicks to Rubio. The feed to Pekovic. It's stolen by Valanciunas. And here we go with DeRozan running it up the middle. From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Gentlemen, remember, Kevin Love was the 5th overall pick back in 2008. And through hard work, he's transformed his body and expanded his game. He said, I love people telling me what I can't do, telling me this is your ceiling. I think all kids in basketball should never put a limit on themselves. I was able to get out of my comfort zone, and because of that, I'm a much better player. Not only physically, but mentally as well. Kevin?
Yeah, his great skill level has always been his edge. Thanks, Doris. The Timberwolves making a switch here. .152 left in the first half of basketball. Valanciunas dishes to Lowry. And that one's good.
Seems like they're on their heels every time defensively because the ball continues to go into the post.
Well, if they don't pick up the aggression, things are only going to get worse.
And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That is his first foul of the game. 1:36 left now here in the second. Pekovic passes to Turioff. It's stolen by Valanciunas.
Tried to make that interior pass, but it wasn't there.
And with that shot, the Timberwolves lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Fields.
The bounce pass was the key to the play.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Yes, Kevin. Well, Rick Adelman had some advice for his team over that last break. Right away, he said he wants to see better effort on the defensive glass and far fewer second-chance opportunities. Maybe making those early adjustments will give them time to judge their effectiveness by halftime. We'll soon find out, Kevin.
And thank you for that, Doris.
You know, there are not a lot of point guards who can flirt with triple-doubles, but Ricky Rubio is clearly one of them, guys. I mean, you know he's going to score and rack up assists, but he can get to the rebounding column as well. Some nights, he's right there in that triple-double range.
The pass to Pekovic and the foul on Jonas Valanciunas.
That's foul number 2 on him. It might not warrant sitting him entirely, but another one before halftime, they could be in some trouble.
The Timberwolves shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
Well, and they were 74% free throw shooting as a team last year, so those numbers could come up.
And it's something they know that if they improve, can really have a big impact on their success.
Pass to Fields. Clock at 6. Back to Lowry. It's Lowry again missing.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might well tell the story in this one.
And that should tilt things toward them. I mean, they've been winning that battle. Boy, it's no wonder they've got the lead. Their shooting has really picked up here in the second quarter.
You know, you don't expect the team, Steve, to shoot in the 60% range the entire game. But if they can hover around that mark, then they'll run away with this one.
Three-pointer, Martin, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And that concludes.
Thank you, Kevin and Dwayne. A very tight game here. What's the number one?
Now, presented by Sprint.
And
the Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
The second half just about to get going here.
how about the game for Rudy Gay? He's got 10 points and 1 steal.
Well, his offense has matched his defense today. He's been excellent on both ends.
Steve, exactly right. You can't say enough about the overall job he's been doing.
DeRozan and Gay fill the wings. Amir Johnson at the 4 with Valanciunas at the pivot. And it's Lowry in at the point guard position. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Here's Budinger, and the shot is good. Budinger's got the lead up to 9 now for the Timberwolves.
Yeah, nice fast break from start to finish, guys.
Especially on the back end. I mean, he polished it off perfectly.
Lowry kicks to Gay. Back to Lowry. There's the dish to Valanciunas. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And, you know, coming into the league out of Lithuania, Valanciunas, his reputation was more of a pick-and-roll big man, not the most skilled in the post, but he's starting to show some impressive moves with his back to the basket.
Rolling back to Valanciunas, a good foul shooter for a 7-footer, almost 80% in his rookie season.
That's why this team values him so highly. He's very skilled for a big man. He can spread the floor. And then when you add in his rebounding and what seems to be a good work ethic and passion for the game, Valanciunas has a chance to be special.
The Timberwolves have had a disappointing game so far from the line. Only 3 free throws made.
So often teams that are near the bottom of the East tend to get drummed by the Western Conference teams, and that was the story last season for the Raptors. Had some close games and even a few upsets, but out west they didn't fare very well.
Kicks it out to Gay. There's the feed to Valanciunas. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. And yes, sir, that one drops. Lowry's got 5 now.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Well, picking up that talk again on the Raptors, teams out west have so many great forwards to deal with that when you try and go up against them with the stretch 4 like the Raptors have had, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, particularly rebounding and defensively, Kevin. That's one of the reasons Toronto traded Bargnani to the Knicks in the offseason. They wanted to be a little better in terms of being physical, being more punishing with their post players, and having a better defensive presence.
And the Raptors making a change here. Hansbrough's checked in. Now it appears an injury out on the floor, and that does not look like any fun.
Yeah, from the look on his face, he's in a lot of pain.
Yeah, it sure looks that way. He's going to come out of the game right now and get that thing checked out.
And here's Gay outside. Rubio with the rebound.
Another strong rebound, just like we've gotten used to seeing from them today.
Yeah, 1 or 2 more of those, and this lead will be double digits.
He dishes it to Budinger. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. And it's an 11-point Minnesota lead.
And their offense is flowing. It's clicking right now at the beginning of the second half. They've made 3 of their first 4 attempts.
And the Raptors call time here. The Raptors making a switch here. Gray's checked in. And Toronto has possession. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Yes, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Rick Adelman as he addressed his team. He thinks the use of ball screens against this defense would make a huge difference, and that's what he relayed to his players. Probably a good time to make some changes with a good chunk of the second half still to go, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thanks. Some changes for Minnesota. Brewer comes in for Chase Budinger, and Barea subbed in for Ricky Rubio. Here's Barea, and you know that's going to be goaltending, guys, so that's a free basket right there.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
Lexi Shved, he's checked in for Minnesota. Lowry with the ball, now guarded by Barea. Lowry with the ball, he has 5. And now Minnesota on the fast break. Barea with the ball, Brewer with the ball. Gay picks him up defensively. To stop the run, Count that one in, and the Timberwolves lead is cut to just 11 points in the basket from Kyle Lowry. For Minnesota, they've gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall, 80% since the break. And that one's good, Pekovic.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Yeah, that's 5 of their last 6 baskets inside the lane. They have really established themselves inside.
Lowry drives in, a stupendous finish in traffic. Lowry's got 9.
You know, the height difference there is huge, but he canceled it out with great body control in the air.
Exactly, Steve. He got to the hoop and wouldn't allow himself to be manhandled by the big boy.
Shot's good by Williams.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Well, their energy is lacking. They've got to start playing harder and battle down in the paint.
And it's Lowry penetrating. Shot from 6. And with that shot, the Minnesota lead is cut down now to just 11 on the basket from Hansbrough.
You can always depend on him to put the pass right on the money.
You know, the Wolves were just decimated by injuries last year, and it really put a snag in their season from the start, with Rubio still recovering from his ACL tear and Kevin Love missing a lot of time with his hand fractures. They were missing 2 major building blocks.
It's stolen by DeRozan. Moment here now for an injury report. Now let's check in with Doris Burke to see how Kevin Love is doing.
Hey, Kev, I caught up with head athletic trainer for the Timberwolves. The news is not good at all. It looks like a broken ankle with additional injury to the surrounding connective tissue. Losing a player like him in the meat of the season is tough for any side, and their depth will be tested during this time frame.
All right, Doris, we will, of course, keep everyone updated as we find out more.
And we know one thing, Kevin. This guy loves to play, so he's going to do everything possible to get back out onto the court.
Definitely. Let's hope it's a speedy recovery for him.
And with the Wolves last year, Ricky Rubio came back and helped them turn things around a bit, but Kevin Love would end up playing very few games for him, Steve, and they never really got the chance that they once seemed to have.
Now, Love's injury, I think, just devastated this team, and Rubio, of course, coming off that ACL, he eventually made it back, but those are the key guys. I mean, Rubio and Love have to be the foundation of this club. They added a lot of three-point shooting in the offseason, so this should be a pretty well-rounded team, but it's up to the stars, Kevin.
Now here's Shved. D right on him. Jacks up a 3. It's good. Great play set up by Barea. Barea's got 3 assists now in this one. Raptors trail by 12. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And DeRozan. Here we go. Now Lowry. He's got 11. Inside, here's Gray. And the layup's good off the glass. Gray's got his first bucket in this one.
Fantastic pass. He turned that one into a pretty easy basket for his teammate.
Kicks it to Barea. And here's Shved from the arc. The shot will not go. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Timberwolves lead by 10. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. And it's time now to reveal our State Farm assist of the game. Today, Steve, it's a big man winning the honor.
And it was a no-brainer. This assist was really out of this world. I mean, he had a great understanding of the situation and where the ball had to go.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. On the court for Minnesota, Martin and Budinger are out in the wing. Pekovic is out there with Turiaf. And it's Rubio in at the point. Ross, that's good.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap up since the start of the second half. They're starting to find the range.
Steve, the lasers are starting to do their thing. That's going to be the ticket for them the rest of the way.
Dishes to Martin. Budinger against Fields. Rubio the pass to Martin. And it's Martin again missing. Raptors trail by 7. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Pass to Ross. And Fields kicks to Augustine. 6 to shoot. Misses the 3. Minnesota's gone 6 of 14 with the 3 ball tonight. Just a little over 40%. Martin dishes to Rubio. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Toronto's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. And Augustine kicks to Johnson. A little over a minute and a half of the 4th quarter gone now. 6 on the shot clock. Fields against Buttinger. Here's Ross. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Minnesota leading by 9. Rubio outside. Martin against Johnson. To the wing right side. Shot clock at 6. Here's Rubio. Offline with his 3. The Raptors have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. And he gets it to go.
And you can feel the pattern of this game, guys. They're working it inside, dominating in the paint, getting good shots at will.
Well, 4 of their last 5 baskets, guys, have been of exactly that variety.
Outside for Martin. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
And he's having all sorts of problems with his shot.
I'm not sure he even has a shot right now, Steve, to be quite honest. Not a reliable one anyway. Some
changes for Toronto. Rudy Gay's checked in for Landry Fields. DeRozan comes in for Ross. And it's Lowry in for Augustine. Valanciunas rejected by Begovic. That free throw, no good. And he's good on the second.
It was a slow start at first for Valanciunas, partially because he was hampered by injuries at times. But towards the midpoint of the season, I think he really started to find himself.
Well, Clark, a clear lane to the basket and the emphatic jam.
And that is outstanding attacking basketball.
Well, he had no choice but to take that one to the bucket.
Rubio against Lowry. Johnson outside. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. And for Valanciunas, in his rookie season, you got to figure, Clark, a big part of it adjusting to the size and the strength of the NBA.
You're all over it, Kevin. He does need to add some muscle. He's athletic, gets up and down the floor pretty well, has excellent hands, which you can't teach. So that's an asset you love to see. I think in time, he could be one of the top scoring centers in the league.
And it's Rubio penetrating. Martin from outside. And it's Lowry with the rebound. Lowry's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
This quarter has not been his best. The defense may be starting to affect him a little bit.
And here they come. Here's Buttinger. And finished off by Buttinger. Wow, we're going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Kevin. That was special.
Oh, man, that was a circus dunk.
Now here is Lowry. Toronto calls timeout. It's been quite a game for Chase Buttinger.
He just continues to light them up. They're going to have to find a way to make him work harder for his point.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Yes, Kevin, Dwayne Casey was just going over the plan with his team. He told them to stick with what's worked to his point, saying, listen, they're giving us all the space we need inside. Let's take advantage of it. Keep working the ball inside the paint.
Lowry against Rubio. He kicks to Martin. He feeds it to Buttinger. Shot clock at 6. Rubio outside. 3-pointer. Martin. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. Rubio's got his 4th assist in this one. Raptors trail by 11. Lowry kicks to Gay. All alone. And the shot is long.
And the defense got away with a major lapse there.
Kevin Martin on the wing. Here's the 3. Again, Martin missing.
It's just been one of those days for him. He has really struggled.
And DeRozan, here we go. And that's a foul called on Ronny Turiaf. That is his first foul of the game.
He tried to step in and cut him off, but just not quick enough.
And we have the benefit of replay, but I think they got that one right, which is the case most times, even though fans don't think so.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Brewers checked in. Timberwolves leading by 11.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces, going through the motions as it appears. It'll be a nice win here for the Timberwolves.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Shot quality and better overall shooting.
Lowry for three. Count the bucket.
How about that for a response?
They will say they can give the three as well as they can take the three.
Feeds to Brewer. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Kevin, I love the intensity with which he plays at the defensive end. He's just impervious to picks and screens, fighting over the top, slipping through them. But whatever it takes, he's going to do for you.
And, you know, against him, Steve, as an opponent, you need to make sure you're making smart, crisp passes because he's so good at picking off the sloppy, loose ones.
Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. Williams with the block, and he's able to get it back. It's stolen by Hansbrough.
And this game is finally getting away from them.
Yep, it has gotten away. There's not really anything they can do now.
It was almost like he was surprised to be that wide open, yet he knocked it down.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Hansbrough throws it down with the quick putback jam.
Kev, he came out of nowhere to slam that one back in.
Well, that's making him pay for letting him get his hands on that rebound.
Yeah, is it ever, Kevin?
Augustine with the steal. Here's Ross. Buries it from outside. 9 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now they decide to foul intentionally. First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a 7-point game. And the Raptors call time here. They trail by 7. 9 seconds left to play in the final quarter. What's your take, guys?
Well, they can call timeouts all they want, but it's not going to do a whole lot of good at this point.
Yeah, this one's about done. The writing's on the wall. There's nothing they can do to change this one. He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
And so the Timberwolves take the win. It was a solid win, Clark.
Yeah, it was, and I think it came down to will more than skill. They went out and got